This is the Frontier Doubles League, a league unlike the typical threes leagues.
Hello, Frontier
We are a
Doubles
North American
League. It is
2v2
me
Rocket League
again, Rhino
competitive
Boy
league
11
that
with
has a scene for
FDL
players
Central.
of
It has
all
been
ranks.
a minute. I'm sorry we
what makes
missed
us
last
different
week.
besides
Few
the
little
fact that we're a
technical issues here and
2v2
there.
league
As
instead
you
of the
can see, we're
typical
still not
3v3?
perfect. I'm sat in a
Well,
hotel,
we
but I
offer
could
flexible
not
scheduling.
go this week without
Most
bringing
matches
you
are
this
streamed with
episode
live
of FDL
commentary.
Central
We're a
because we
smaller,
have
more
two
personable community
incredible
that scrims
guests below
often.
me, as
We
you
truly
can
are
see.
the most
First
friendly
up,
league out there.
we have
So,
well,
whether you're trying to
basically,
improve
they're
your skills
two of the
or just
oldest
want to have
members,
some
if not
fun,
the two
you'll
oldest
find a
members
place
of
here.
the FDL,
To
and
sign
I
up
do
today,
not think they will
visit
mind me saying that.
FDL.gg. This is the Frontier Doubles League.
A pleasure to see you, sir. How are you this evening?
I'm doing anybody. I would be twins right now, to be honest with you. I was pretty excited. Let us get the invite in here. And I'm sure Grandpa was pretty surprised by that because he had no idea that I signed us up for that. And yeah, we're excited. I'm excited to be here, and I think my partner in crime here, part of the Geezer squad, Mr. Grandpa, is excited to be here too.
Indeed. Yes, I
Absolutely.
am. I was surprised by this. That's why you catch me at work. But I do have someone who's working behind me to cover the shop for me. But I am very pleased to be here. Thank you.
And we really, really appreciate those. As mentioned, Grandpa RL as well. This is 2/3 of your Coyotes Origin team. It's a pleasure to have you both on the show. Repping the Coyotes is Grandpa, but not only that, it is actually Grandpa's 212th birthday today. We need to wish him a very, very happy birthday.
Thank you.
He's
212's a
getting
little
up
bit
there,
much.
folks, but
I am
he is
definitely well into my 50s, but 212's a bit much.
went to 50.
Don't be
Are you
modest.
sure? I thought you were a Highlander. I wasn't convinced.
Nope, I'm over the hill, but not that far over.
Okay. Well, yeah.
I mean, look at
Very,
look at
very
you,
happy birthday, Grandpa.
I mean, I have 3 grandkids. How many you have, you 14?
11.
11. Okay, so between us, we have 14 kids. So yes, he
Yeah.
is the eldest of the group.
Not by age though, just by kids like to do stuff, if you know what I mean.
I think a lot of people in chat know what you mean. Yes, but it is a pleasure to have you both on the show. Thank you so much for taking the time out, especially Grandpa on your birthday. It's an absolute pleasure to have you both on. We're going to have an absolute blast over the next hour, FDL. So let's get straight into it by talking specifically about our esteemed guests today. As I say, the 2 oldest members of the FDL. I want to talk about how you guys got into Rocket League, how you found Rocket League, because it's not exactly an old game. It's a relatively new game. So how did you guys get into it, and how did you convert your love of Rocket League into competitive play? We'll start with Yupa first.
Well, funny story. My brother got a hold of me. He's 4 years younger than me, so he's an older player as well. And he goes, "Hey, I found this great game. It's basically soccer with cars, and they have rocket boosters." I'm like, that sounds really dumb. That's just what my first impression was. He's like, "Dude, just try it. I'll pay for your game." I'm like, "No, I'll buy it myself." This is back before I started to guile this in the computer. So I had an Xbox back then, and I thought, all right, $11, sure, why not? I'll give it a shot. Man, I turned that game on, and he's going over the fundamentals, like how to front flip and hit the ball. I was instantly hooked. I was like, oh my gosh! And ever since then, my nephew plays it as well. Actually, he does league play, and they're so much better than me. And they always have been, and which really sucks because it's hard to play with them. They're so fast. Yeah, I'm working on it. But
We're going to get you to whip their butt.
Yeah, there you go. I like your motivation. So anyway, my nephew does league play. He's like, dude, you should do league play. He's like, you'd have a lot of fun with it. And that was 4 years ago, and I'm still down here in Origin, and in another league I'm in FL. So yeah, I'm the low man, but I'm having a ball with it. Rhino, it's been a great time. I've made so many friends in this league. I know a lot of people here from other leagues, and I'm just excited to be here and be in this league. The admin, the lack of toxicity, which we all know Rocket League's famous for. I'm just thrilled to be here, and this is my first season. And Az reached out to me to pick me up. I'm like, have you ever watched me play before? But he's given me a chance, and then me and Grandpa ran each other over chat. I'm like, oh man, another old timer, awesome. Played together one night, and we played really well together. I mean, I've never had chemistry that fast, and I love the game before, but man, I'm really, really, really hooked now, and I'm really excited about this season.
That is absolutely awesome. I'm so happy that you are here. And let's switch over to Grandpa. Is it a similar thing? Was it a family member getting you into it, or did you find it through your own means?
We are a very, very computer-oriented family. And yes, my kid is a big-time gamer, and he was playing it down on his PlayStation one day, and I watched him play. I'm like, oh, I grab a controller, started playing. Next thing you know, I bought a PlayStation, which lasted a month or two. It's now a dust collector because I instantly went into computers, and it's like, yeah, no, if it's gonna make my Rocket League better, I'm gonna invest into it. And sure as heck, anytime I get a chance, I'm focusing, I'm working on my mechanics, doing something.
That's amazing, and it's
I
great
love the
to
game.
hear people focusing on that. And obviously, you two are gamers from the outset, right? Rocket League is not your only game. So, what are your earliest memories of video gaming? Let's go to Grandpa first. Earliest memories.
Pong TV.
Me too.
1973 Pong TV Southern California champion. Mind you, I was only 6 years old,
Hell
but I
yeah.
was Pong TV champion. Thank you. After Pong, of course, came Atari, and then the big stand-up video games where you grab rolls of quarters every time you get a chance. You run to the corner store to play the new game out. I mean, we grew up. That's how we grew up. It was every week Asteroids came out, or Space Invaders was the new game. Oh my God, we would dump rolls and rolls of quarters into these machines to play it. That was life. That's how we grew up. Of course, after a while, you have kids and you stop video gaming. But now that we're getting older, it's all back on video gaming again. You know, we don't have to worry about that. They have the kids to worry about. We can play video games. Oh, Youper.
Absolutely, brother. With me, it was Pong too. My grandma bought it for my dad. He's like, well, this game's kind of dumb. Man, my brother and I, we were hooked from day one.
It's
You had
amazing.
tennis, soccer. And then the 2600 came out. We were the first kids in the neighborhood to get that, thankfully. And I mean, Pitfall, Defender was my game with the 2600. I love that game. I remember when I broke $1 million on it, and then it was in the arcades. I mean, I'm from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, so we got an arcade a little bit later. And the arcades, I mean, I loved Asteroids. Again, it was Defender again. Space Invaders, man, close to my heart right there, brother. Yeah. Oh, great game. Great game.
All of them when they came out. I mean, it's the thing to do. You know?
I mean, I probably spent hundreds of dollars in the Super Mario Brothers 3 or Super Mario Brothers when it came out. And then the Nintendo came around. I'm like, man, I wasted all this money, but I mean, that's what we had. I mean, that's what we grew up with. You stood in an arcade with all the kids and watched them play.
Tetris.
And oh yeah, Cubert. Remember Cubert? I mean, great games, and they're just awesome. And now you guys are talking about, oh man, I got to buy this 3080 or 3090 video card. I'm like, you guys have no idea what it was like. Beg your parents, to go to the arcade and you like mow the grass. You go through the couch cushions and all that good stuff. It was crazy. I mean, so these kids today got it so easy compared to what we had to do the game, and here we are. I'm 50 years old. He's a 212, and we're still gaming, and it's cool because my son, my youngest son, he's always like, all his buddies like, man, I wish my dad played video games. My kids grew up doing
that
it.
a lot. I hear
playing
that a lot.
playing Halo on the Xbox with my kid. How old are you? And back in the day when I had quicker reflexes, I mean, I was slaying. Today, not so much.
Better eyes, huh? The eyes.
Yeah.
That's not true. That's not true. You're both slaying.
I'm still dropping 13, 14 kill games in PUBG. I can still see them.
Hell yeah.
Right. Fist bump.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We still get the dubs. Well, it's amazing to hear you guys talking about games because you obviously have a huge passion for it, and competitive gaming especially, right? Starting all the way back from when you would go into the arcades and you play other people, right the way through into now. So would you say you've been competitive for your whole lives? Is that something that's embedded into your
the whole time?
Yeah.
All about
absolutely.
Seeing MOE at the top of the top 10 at the local liquor store. Because my name only has 3 letters.
Mm-hmm.
Right here too, brother.
And if I can fit those 3 letters on the top, number 1, Yeah, that's bragging rights. It used to be bragging rights.
It
in the street.
is.
Now
You were the
bragging
cool
rights
kid
here.
at
Yeah.
school.
Did you
You
notice?
really were.
Did you notice that our team jumped in the power rankings from number 4 to number 2? That's recognition. That's people on the streets seeing recognition and talent. That's Uper. That's Uper doing that. They know
They
what
know.
Uper brings to the
They know.
table.
Hmm.
Yeah, those
Absolutely.
initials. You were
And
popular in school. I mean, that was a big thing. Like, holy cow! I saw your initials. You're number 1 now. Damn
Yeah.
skippy I am.
That
Yep.
it was a big thing. Same thing for me. I love pinball machine. Oh, I always
Mhm.
had my name on the pinball machine. The shooters and the stuff
Important.
like that. No, I wasn't good at those. But the pinball, that was my jam back in the day. But now,
So what we've learned is
Rocket
Grandpa has played games with balls forever since he was a young boy. That's
love
what
he
we're
loves
learning here.
games with balls. Without a doubt, games with balls by far.
Games
Yep.
with balls. They are the best. We will
really
talk
are.
about the power rankings in just a moment because your beloved Coyotes are ripping up the Origin League so far this season, right? Two wins,
Hasbro is
0
a god.
losses.
Our
Yeah,
captain.
he's the
Our
man.
captain is
Best
a god.
captain I've ever had. Best captain.
I
I've been
have
doing
to
this for
agree.
4 years
As
now.
far as captain
By
goes,
far.
he's amazing.
And then he took a chance at 2 old timers. That just says a lot about his character right there.
Confidence as a captain.
It sure does. And I need to, I need to bring up as well, right? The fact that neither of you two played especially much in season 3, right? You were here, but I think we've discussed this already that Grandpa had 1 game for the Seagulls last season, and Yupa had
for the Huskies
1 game as well. So for Azriel to bring you guys into the team this season, how much did that mean to you when you got that call up? How much was that kind of like oh hell yeah, we're gonna smash this season?
Well, when you
If at all.
go ahead.
Actually, I was so excited this season because during the off season, I grinded and grinded and grinded. Probably spent 40 to 50 hours per week training and practicing for this season. So I knew with confidence coming in, I'm going to be a force to reckon with. And the fact that Azrael picked me up with Uper, I just thought, you know what? That just added all of the fun to the season. To me, winning is one thing, but having fun is so much more important. And that was the missing link from last year. This is the fun. Our practices are fun. Our scrims are fun. Just talking with each other is fun, and that's what's going to make us a good, solid team this year.
For me, as apparently was creeping general chat because I made a comment that I thought I was the oldest person in the league, and then people mentioned Grandpa. So me and Grandpa started chatting, and I'm like, "What are you doing right now?" And we started playing, and our chemistry like right off the bat, the first game.
I
Wow!
thought I was the oldest. You are the oldest.
So yeah, I'm not the oldest. But anyway,
I feel like this is a common argument in your scrims, so I will leave this.
So anyway,
but
then as
anyway.
he sent me
I don't have my Depends on.
Yeah, he does. He's lying. Anyway, so Az sent me a DM, said, "Hey, I'd like to give you invite you to join the Coyotes." And I'm like, "Why are you asking me? I mean, I only played 1 game. You don't know me." And it's like, "Well, I've been reading your chat between you and the Grandpa. It seems you guys have really good chemistry, and if you want to be on the team, I'll invite Grandpa. What do you think?" I'm like, "I'm in." And yeah, I was really honored by that, Rhino. That meant a lot to me.
Uper was on it. It didn't matter at that point. I was 100% committed.
Yeah, same here.
That meant a lot to me. They're keeping us 2 old men apart at that point. It's like kind of magnets, kind of stuck.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome, Rhino. I mean, it meant a lot to me, and I know it did as well for Gramps over here.
Oh, well, I absolutely love to see it. And sometimes, especially in professional esports, right, we are talking about competitive play. Sometimes it is that bond. It is the chemistry between 2 players that makes the difference from a team who goes on, a losing streak and is struggling with mental to a team which is able to make incredible comebacks or is able to put up the numbers that, people are seeing. Absolutely crazy. You see it in professional sports all the time, right? The QB to the wide receiver is the same kind of thing. You're looking at an absolutely incredible unit working together, and that's what you guys have.
Yeah, if I didn't like Uper, I wouldn't talk to him. I mean, I want to talk to that guy. Look at him.
Yeah.
Poor bastard hangs out with me all the time.
Look
But yeah.
like that. Why would I talk to him if I didn't like him? But I actually like him, so our comms in game are on point.
And we don't get mad when we lose. We're
That-
like, if we lost, did you give her 100%? I did. You did too.
Doesn't
There
matter.
you go.
That's
So
all that matters.
we're
We
here
have
to
fun.
have fun this season. I mean, we're actually the wins. I'm not going to lie. I mean, actually, Gramps has money on this.
Of course.
So I mean,
I
money
have no
like
money on this. I just
Oh,
put up,
yeah.
I just put up a free bounty for the Origin team, so that Origin has something to play for.
$100.
Mhm.
$100
Whoever
for
gets
the
first
Origin
place.
team winners.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Yeah. So
So we have
Well-
a pool too.
Well, if you're in Origin and you didn't know about that. Yeah, if
There
you're
you
in
go.
Origin and you didn't know about that, there you go.
Yeah. Nope,
Stuff,
it'll be
but
split amongst the players. The extra share going to the captain.
Well, it's $50 because I'm going half, but yeah. So
You can have.
the old man, you shut your mouth, Mr.
Sure.
Cobb.
Surely it should be thirds, right? Because Asriel is a big part of this team as well.
Nope, he
Yeah,
paid his dues by inviting us on the team. Nope, this is going to cost him a penny.
Okay.
Now, technically, it'll be
Okay.
fours because we were just blessed with a new reserve player. We
Oh,
now,
yeah.
we now have Akbar.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Akbar is a new reserve player
Very
for
nice.
our Coyotes team, and I'm very pleased to bring him back
Well,
on.
that's awesome.
We got to play with
Love
him for the
reserves.
first time this week. A lot of fun. So, hey,
And how was
enough
that?
about us.
Was he gelling? Was he working with you guys?
I've
Yeah.
not met him yet. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
my work
no,
schedule
I had a
sucks.
lot of fun playing with him. Yeah, no, he was definitely gelling. He was doing stuff like that. But you know what? Let's talk Rocket League. Let's talk games. Did you see the games last week?
Who's running this?
I saw the games last week.
I had a look at the results, and we are absolutely going to talk Rocket League because we start in the Origin League as we do every week here on the
Which
FDL
is the
Central.
most
And the
important-
first game at the top of the docket. Yes, the first game at the top of the docket is the Coyotes versus the Huskies. You know what? We have the players, two of the players at least, from the Coyotes on here. So talk us through it. What was the score? How did you feel during the game? I think Yupa was playing. So no, was it Grandpa was playing? Sorry.
No,
My
I
fault.
was practicing saving the world, so yeah. It was
Yeah,
the military.
Yeah, there you go.
I was gone this week.
Yeah, Uper was out of town, so this week it was me and Azrael, and
hmm
we played a pretty solid game together. Me and Azrael. Our comms are like none other. I don't play with anyone who have comms like Azrael. He's a ones main, so I have full confidence in him and his ball handling abilities and everything he does. So, I mean, it's great. It's
Mhm.
amazing to play with him. And yeah, we did well. We'll say that we did quite well this week.
Well, we don't just have to say you did well because you swept the Huskies completely out of the server 3-0, which at any level in this league is not easy to do, right? To get a sweep against another team, it takes a lot for a team to be able to do that. There's so many things that can go wrong in the 5 minutes of the game. So obviously we talked about the comms being amazing, and you and Azriel have a really good connection. So do you think that was what saw you through, or do you think maybe the Huskies didn't show up this week, but they've shown that they can go on maybe next week?
You know what? They played a great game. There's no doubt they did. But when your comms are on point and your rotations are on point, you're gonna find those mistakes and you're gonna capitalize on them. And that's what me and Azrael really did. We just capitalized on those mistakes, and it just worked in our favor. It really did. I mean, he's
Mhm.
fast as hell, Azrael. So
Well, that is awesome.
when I make a mistake, he's so fast to cover for me and rotate behind me and stuff. It's nice. It gives me the ability to go at shots which I don't normally go for because I have confidence in my teammate being there to protect the goal in case I mess up. When I'm able to go out after things I want to freely, fun stuff happens. Which is how I enjoy the game. I enjoy going up in the air.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
And
we definitely had
over
a fun game, fun
to
series
you,
this week.
obviously.
But this week I get to play with
Obviously,
you.
Yupa, you've not played this season yet.
No, I have not.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
this week the old men come out.
the Geezer
Together.
Squad. That's what Az
First-
calls us.
The first showing of the Geezer Squad together.
Yeah.
We're more than excited. We've been practicing all week, and we're looking forward to this. I mean, we have a tough draw in the Colts, but it's going to be a fun game.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, there's some
Mm,
players on that
we,
team.
we will talk about that game a little bit later, but first we have got to talk about the Colts, who played against the Monkeys this week. The Monkeys managed to run out 3-2 winners. Do you guys know the players in this game? Do you know much about these two teams? And if so, what can you tell us about this game?
Honestly, myself, I've been due to my military schedule and my work schedule, I've not been able to track a lot of the games or watch the replays. I know now that the old timer here did, the 212-year-old. He's not listening or so I can say that. He did. I know some of the players on the teams, but like you said, I'm new this season. This is my first time, and so I'm kind of playing catch up right now. Just
Sorry about that, guys.
on. So
We're talking Monkeys and Colts, right?
yeah, that's all you, buddy. Take
Okay.
over.
Oh Lord. That
Yeah, we
to
are.
me was the game of the week this week. No doubt. J-Mans and Barnesy against Squirrel and Squirrel. Now it used to be Elite Sniper, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Squirrel and his brother Devil.
Yeah.
As a pair of brothers, those guys really play well together. But Devil, do you see his mechanics? He is like on another level. I don't know if you guys got to see the game, but Devil Jacob is on another level when it comes to mechanics and Origin League. He was doing ceiling shots, his everything. His dribbles were on point. So yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch that series. That was the only series that I watched that went to the full game 5. So yeah, it was definitely a fun series to watch.
I think we lost him.
We might have lost him. That's okay.
All right, so let's talk about the
you
next
watch the
game.
series?
We'll take
Did
this
you
show
watch the
over. I'm not
series,
afraid.
Cooper?
No, I never had a chance. I'm on days this week, so I couldn't
You
do
know
that.
what's weird about the series is even though those guys played so well, you know what won it for the Monkeys? Straight, common, basic. Their rotations were on point. You'll never. One thing about Barney's, he's probably one of their lower salary players, but as far as in the Origin League, he's probably one of the most structured, most disciplined players. He does not make mistakes. And if you watch that game, he did not make mistakes. He's solid.
Nice.
He's not in a hurry. He's very focused. And because of that, the Monkeys won. Even though the best player on the field, without a question, was Devil. Devil Jacobs, by far, his mechanics are top notch. They are probably the top in all of Origin. But when it came to solid rotations and good solid gameplay, the Monkeys took it because they stayed as a team. They won it. Yeah, definitely my favorite game to watch this week. I think I watched that series twice because yeah, they were just fun to watch. Not only did I watch it twice because it was a good series, twice because me and you are facing them this week, Uper. Me and you.
Yeah, I know, right?
Me
Terrifying.
and you. We're gonna kick their butt.
So-
I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna send their A lineup with Devil and his brother up against us, or if they're gonna throw in Water in the mix. That's their third man, I believe it's Water, if I remember right. But
look here. It is. It doesn't say. It doesn't say. I had to look that up. I don't know.
yeah,
So-
either way, I think they're gonna come to play because you know what? They're one of those teams that are in a situation with a 1-1 record, I believe. Is that what?
Light's the third guy. Light's the third guy. And so
Right, that's what it is. It's Light. I knew it had.
there,
some
he's
kind
back.
of-
He's back. Right.
Yeah.
We're running the show for you while you were gone. We had this covered.
But yeah, Monkeys with a 1-1 record are definitely having to step up and show because anyone sitting at a 1-1 record going into week 3, it's a big week. Big week. You
Absolutely,
don't
yeah.
want to start the week down one or the season down 1-2. You want to figure out what's going on and go to that 2-1. You know, so Monkeys
Right,
is definitely going to step it up this week.
So let's talk about our stiff competition here too. The next round they had the Griffins and the Seagulls. I mean, you got Senpai, who we both know quite well. I know Slammermouth from another league. I mean, they both great teams there too.
I am back. Thank you
All right.
so much for covering for me. I
Yeah,
appreciate
so we're back to Griffins and Seagulls now. And I think we lost him again. Anyway, so what were your thoughts on that game?
Griffins and Seagulls? I could tell you that because you know why I could tell you on that one? I was the surprise caster.
Oh,
Wasn't
well, hey.
Yeah, right.
surprise cast. I was the surprise caster.
Oh, really?
That was a very interesting series. That series was very, very aggressive on the Griffin side. And because of it, they shook up the Seagulls, got them to make so many unforced errors that really was the whole story of the game. Over aggression, pushing, Senpai's demos.
I was just going to ask about Senpai who's doing his demo
we
thing.
straight up we actually call it a Senpai because
with him and I play, I just Senpai'd him. That's what we call it.
Yeah, because he's so effective at throwing you off your game with his demos that you have to take into account. It's going to mess you up the rhythm of the team.
Changes the rotation. It really does.
It took the Seagulls out of their game entirely, and they just walked all over them because of their aggression and speed.
They're going to be the team to beat this year, that's for sure.
Definitely the team to beat. They know us, we know them. We play a lot of scrims against them, so they're going to be the team we want to beat in Origin this year.
Mm-hmm.
They certainly look like a strong team, absolutely. We know Senpai leads a damn good team, and we have to talk about the other side of the Flight League, which is the Dragons taking on the Unicorns. The Dragons won this one out 3-2. I know in your research, Grandpa, you will have some good notes on this one because it went all 5 games once again.
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
My bad.
You're right. It is one that went 5 games. I did not get the replay footage of this one. So no, I did not get to see this series at all. I don't know who, where, or how I can see it, but I guarantee this week I am going to watch this series.
Oh, yeah, me too.
They're in our division, and I want to know everything about them. So I want to know how they play, their weaknesses, so I know how to take advantage of that. Just how I am.
Absolutely. You want to do as much research as possible. And also you want to tell your teammates all that research, right? So when you eventually do have to play them, you can then organize.
Not only do I want to tell my teammates, I want to tell them. I want to tell them because I love playing scrims and I love watching. Everyone who knows me knows how much I love this game. And I love watching the people around me get better. So if I see Senpai doing something that is going to hurt him in the long run, I'm going to tell him when I'm doing scrims with him. I'm going to help him out when I'm playing twos with him because it's only going to make him a better player, which makes our league a better league. The better players our league has, the better our league is. So I want everyone in our league to be at the top of their game.
And a family of it too.
Yeah, it's a family. It's a big thing, you know. It's not all about winning. Well,
speak for yourself.
It's all about winning. You know, I like to win.
There is a lot about winning.
I'm a very competitive person. I like to win, and I will win. I will win every game. You heard it.
You will win every game this season.
All the rest of the games, we are going to win. Me and Uper and Az, we are going to win.
Although I don't share his confidence here.
Bring it, Griffins. Bring it, Colts. Bring it, all of you guys. That's the grandpa talking a little smack right there.
This is exactly what we want, and it's great to see because you know a lot of people are like, oh, what if they take this the wrong way? But I don't think anyone will. I think it's awesome that you're so confident, and hey,
it's in fun. You know, I talk. I put up a little bit of money. It's all in fun because I want this to be more competitive. And you know, we don't have the toxicity that you have in regular ranked. You know, with all the what saves and this and that. When someone gets a nice shot, we actually recognize it. Hey, that was a good play. They beat us. You know, we got outplayed. We don't mind that. I don't mind getting outplayed.
It takes the edge off too. It takes the edge off too.
Outplayed, but I don't mind getting outplayed.
You got to pay the respects. You really do.
Indeed.
Absolutely, you do. So before we move on to Adept, I just want to ask the both of you: is there anyone specifically in Origin this season you're scared of, or super scared of, or that you think is going to give you the biggest game?
Griffins.
Yes.
All the way down, yeah.
Griffins.
All the way up where it says Stop Jetty.
I think the Griffins are going to give us our biggest game.
Players, Senpai is one to watch out for. Devil Jacob is one to watch out for.
So's where's it at? So's shoot, he's changed his name. Elite Sniper.
Squirrel.
Yeah.
Elite Sniper Squirrel.
Did he change his name?
Squirrel.
My teammate Azrael is one other team should watch out for. He's a player.
Yeah.
Azrael's got skills, and I love playing with him. So yeah, we've
played
got people to watch for. They've got people to watch for. It's
Mhm.
gonna be a fun season this year in Origin, I think.
I think so as well, and it's shaping up really, really interesting, especially with the results this season. Let's move on to the Adept League. Your teammates in the Coyotes unfortunately had a tough week this week, going up against the Huskies. Unsung hero and Burn One Sun taking on Millable, and I think it was Romeo who was playing that game.
Yeah, I know Romeo quite well.
Yeah, tough game.
And Swanson. So, I mean, I know everybody on that team. I mean, Miller, I was on a team with in another league. He was a different level than me, and then Swanson and Romeo. Romeo was actually on my team last year. The kid, what a superstar! That kid is just a stud, as well as Swanson. Swanson is very, 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 very aggressive. Romeo's more of I wouldn't say reserved, but a very smart player, where Swanson's more in your face. His mechanics are spot on. So yeah, I mean, and I used to be a Husky too, so I'm a little loyal there. But
Sure.
me and Romeo did a match together last season. The one match I did here, and we made it to game 5. It was the first time we had played together in this league in doubles. We've always been on threes together, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, Huskies have a hell of a team. Huge, and nothing against my Coyote brothers. I mean, unsung hero, he's spot on. He's awesome too. But yeah, just Miller, Romeo, and Swanson. That's a hell of a
Thursday,
team.
Friday, and Sunday night.
It's a good team.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I wish I can throw some input on this series, but I did not watch many of the Origin, the Adept games this week, so I just know
It
them
is all
from
good.
past games and stuff. So I don't have much of an input on these.
So what I'll tell you what we'll do is we will go through the rest of the results, considering we've just talked about the Coyotes game, and then you can tell me if there were any surprises, anything that stood out to you maybe from these games. So the Vipers took down the Rams 3-2. Rico and Sticks carrying on their form from last season. The Gators got a win over the Monkeys as a forfeit. The Griffins managed to beat the Seagulls 3-0. Actually, Ant and CJ pulling up a huge win in the flight conference. KJ and Southpaw continuing their hot streak against the Penguins, 3-1 there. And the Unicorns managed to get a win over the Owls, 3-2. So anything in those results that catch your eye? Any players that you know? Anything that you want to talk about in those?
No, I actually am not surprised with those results. Those are very predictable results for the most part. Not understand. I don't know what happened with the forfeit, so I don't know that. I thought that would have been a better game, a pretty darn good game there. The Gators and the Monkeys. Dark Conwell plays a good game, and Original Thor. I played with both of those guys last year. They're a lot of fun to play with, so that would have been an interesting game to see what happened there. But KJ and Southpaw together, tough play. They play a lot of Rocket League together. They've played together for a couple of years now, and they're solid.
Yeah, they're
Solid.
both of those guys are class acts.
They know where they're going to be. They know what their teammate is capable of, and what their teammate likes to do. And because of that, they work very well together. They're a tough duo to beat.
I know for a fact that Southpaw is watching and listening tonight, so he will be appreciative of the compliments that we always send their way.
I take back what I say about Southpaw. You know what I can say about Southpaw? He designed a beautiful shirt. My God, these jerseys are nice.
Yeah, he's a class act too.
Right, and I can't say anything bad about Southpaw. I love him. He's a good man. He does really good for the league, and he can play once in a while.
He does. It's true.
I have a few clips of where I kind of spank him a bit.
Yeah.
KJ's a class act too.
The league at the end of the season.
Yeah, KJ's actually kind of taking me under his wing as far as training goes, which I really appreciate because he doesn't know me from Adam, So
KJ is basically my personal coach.
Yeah,
we love
great.
KJ.
He's really been looking after the Coyotes.
Yeah. I
He's a
played
great
KJ
player.
for a while, so he knows the game better than I do when it comes to rotations and positional and situational awareness, which has made me a by far better player this season because I
And
took
Rico,
what he gave me and went with it, and it really made a difference.
Awesome.
And then Rico too. Rico's another. He's a staple for this league. He's the one that brought me in. He came in. I left a post on another Discord that I'm on, mentioning you guys. And Rico is just a total cheerleader for this league, and it's really amazing that he's around. And I'm glad to see they went 3-2 with the Rams. I don't know any of the Rams players yet. I hope to get to know them here soon. But yeah, Depth's kind of hell. They're going to have a hell of a season too.
Yeah, I mean they pushed them really close, right? A 3-2 scoreline is nothing to be ashamed of, and
Right.
Rico and Sticks have been in this league like they played together last season, so we know they're no pushovers. So it's great to see the Rams pushing them close and hopefully being able to push on from that and maybe make a playoff run. Okay, we have covered Adept. Let's move swiftly on to the Expert League. We'll go through the results and then we will talk about specific little things in and out as we have done last time. So the Coyotes, your home team again, this time getting the dub. It's a 3-0 win against the Colts. The Rams taking the win over the Huskies 3-1. The Monkeys winning over the Hornets 3-0. The Gators losing away to the Vipers. The Griffins beating out the Dragons 3-1. The Hydras beat the Unicorns 3-1. Great, some very big 3-1 scores in this league. Eagles beating out the Seagulls 3-0. Big shutout there. And the Penguins fall to the Owls. Owls win that one 3-2. Any comments on the Expert League here? This is obviously our biggest league, 16 teams. Yeah, and anything in here catch your eye?
A lot of great names in there.
These guys are good.
Yeti, I mean, I had the opportunity to play with him the other night, and he just mopped the floor with me. But like Merc for Hire, him and I were in another league together a couple of seasons ago in a different league, and we were in the same league. And I mean, he's expert now. That kid was a superstar then, but I mean, I had no idea he'd be. I figured he'd be adept now, but when I found out he was on this, and he won the championship last year, I was like, good for you, Merc. Merc's a class act, really good kid. He's like a sponge when he learns this game, though. I cannot believe how fast he got good at this game. I mean, he was a new player when I met him, and look at him, he's expert now. So good for him. A lot of big names. Go ahead, I'm stealing all the thunder here. Go ahead there, old man.
Oh yeah, no, I watched a couple of the series of the in the Expert this week. The Husky and Rams series, I got to watch that one. That was a really fun one to watch. The score 3-1 doesn't dictate how that game went. The game seemed much closer, much more of a back and forth game, all the way up until the last game when Mark on this decided, he's gonna step it up and scores a hat trick and just basically took control of the game. He had a strong, stellar game in the fourth game, and that's basically it was the nail in the coffin. They really started to step it up towards the end. Was another one I watched. I had some notes on here.
Yeah,
Hornets
this is a note. This is a note for all future FDL Central guests. Grandpa has a whole few pages of notes out here that he went through the games, had a look. I'm not saying everyone needs to do that.
All notes from
the
games that I did today because I read my little thing today saying we have to discuss last game.
Yeah, you don't need to do this.
I could do this because you know what? I love Rocket League so much, and I love this league. Watching these games this morning, cramming them in while sitting here, I had a blast. It's fun. It's fun watching the people I like and watching and learning things that I don't do. I can see the progression from every division when you watch every division. You can see why someone's an expert as opposed to why someone is a star.
And he's a nerd.
Yeah, and you can see why we're in Origin, Youper.
Yep.
You can see why we're in Origin.
Yeah, we're dreamers.
Definitely.
We're dreamers. That's what we are.
Yeah, but we'll get there. We're progressing.
So Expert, very interesting this week. Last little note on Expert. Any upsets? Any teams that you're looking at and thinking maybe they should have done better? I have one personally, and I think it's the Unicorns. I know Cody and Casey played together last season. I think they were the team that played against the Hydras this weekend, just gone and lost 3-1. And that surprises me, right? They went into the playoffs last season. They were looking good, and this season they've come in a little bit dry. They're struggling to get going.
I mean, it's still early in the season. I think
course, yeah.
you get those first game jitters, and I think that might have been the case for them this week. That game I didn't get to watch, but I got to read about, and I watched the conversations in general chat and stuff. I think just you get those in-game jitters. It's easy to get in your head in this game. We all know that playing Rocket League, and in my opinion, I think that's what may have happened in that one. And everybody has an off game too. I mean,
oh yeah, sure,
except for me and Grandpa.
Yeah, we don't have very many.
You guys never have a bad game.
Kidding. No shit. No, yeah, we do. I'm just kidding.
No, you don't. I refuse to believe it. Grandpa, any final notes on Expert before we move on?
There was a couple games in there that surprised me for the most part. It went pretty much to form, I would have to say.
Nice.
The Hornets and Monkeys game was pretty close. All of those were basically what, a 1 and a 2 or a 2-goal game differential all the way through, including an overtime. So that one really could have went either way, even though it was a 3-0 sweep. It couldn't. I mean, that's not how the game dictates the day. It was a battle. I mean, that was a tough fought thing. So the difference between some of these games may not be much, but in these divisions, they're so tough and they're so competitive that one goal, that's it. As everyone, as we all know, one goal is the difference. So yeah, I was surprised by a couple of these, but that first game jitters thing, that's over now. We're going into week 3 now.
Yeah, we are.
These teams that started off 0-2 and 1-1, they've got to look back at their games and figure out what's going to get them up to winning. You don't want to start the season too far behind.
You got to keep in mind though, in like our situation, this is my first week playing, so this is my first week for the first game jitters.
Absolutely.
They might
you're
have
not allowed to have first game jitters because this is week 3. You should have had your week 1 jitters when we had our week 1 jitters and lost the first game. And we were humbled. Yep. We got humbled. We walked in the first game cocky, arrogant, and kind of like I am now. Maybe I need another humbling. Who knows?
Maybe.
But
shut up.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
We're done with those first game jitters. We're ready. We're here to play now.
Right.
Let's play. Right. Come on. But from our biggest league of 16 teams to our joint smallest, we move on to Star League with only 8 teams in it.
Wow.
These guys are serious. We're going to go through the scores right now. Colts, Michael and Chris taking down the Gators 3-1. Rams also winning 3-1 against the Vipers. The Owls also having the same scoreline, 3-1 over the top of the Dragons. And it's a clean sweep of 3-1s in this league as the Hydras took down the Penguins 3-1. Star League looking a little bit samey over the course of the games, but I'm sure that will not be the case over the next couple of weeks. But that has to be quite an achievement in itself, right? To get the same score in all 4 games.
Right. That's crazy.
That's crazy. But yeah, exactly. The only team to kind of change it was the Hydras were at home to the Penguins. Every other 3-1 was the away team were the winners.
Yeah.
Bucking the trends there. But anything in this league, I mean, the first thing I want to talk about, right, is Wiberia and Pro in the Dragons, right? They had an absolutely incredible season last season in Expert. Won the championship, took it home for the Dragons, Hawkish singing their praises, and they've come into Star, and it's a completely different ball game for them.
It's a different speed, though.
Yeah, sure.
Well, the competition gets tougher, You just because you make it to the next division doesn't mean you're ready for the next division. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I would love to be up in the depth. I get clapped. Let's just face it.
I would too.
Depth player.
Yep.
I'm happy where I'm at right now. These guys, they're moving up into a tough league. The Star Division. I mean, there's some players. These guys are good.
Yeah. These guys are seriously good. Any players, Yupa, that you see that maybe from other leagues or from this league that that you've got your eye on this season?
Alpha Doggy.
Alpha Doggy. I
Mhm.
watched him play.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that guy's
yeah.
a fucking freaking stud.
He looks like he's got some growth potential for sure. For
Alex
sure.
too.
That
Alex is
was
awesome.
a fun series to watch. But then again,
Chris P.
the Rams, Water and J Dubs. They threw the first game.
J-Dubs, yeah.
I didn't say okay. I'm not gonna say they threw the first game. First game they lost 5-3. But then did you see what happened after that? Did you see how they tightened up the ship? There was no close. It went 1-3, 1-8, 0-10. They outscored them 18. I'm gonna be hold on. I gotta take off my shoes. I'm old. I'm doing math. 21-2. 21-2 in 3 games after losing the first game. That's guys
impressive.
going. That's guys going. Hey, you know what? Yeah. No. And you know what? They did it with balance. There wasn't one guy just trying to go off. They did it with perfect balance. Both games. On the 8-1, they both scored 4 goals. On the 10-0, they both scored 5 goals. They share the workload. They play like a solid team. That's a team to watch. The Rams are going to be tough team.
Grandpa doing his best Thanos impression, perfectly balanced as all things should be.
As all things should be, perfectly balanced.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything for you, in this league? Maybe any surprises? I mean, we've got to talk about Michael as well, who has also come up.
Michael. Yeah, there's another name. I mean, I know most of these guys, so I was like, holy cow. Just watching him, just being a creeper and watching these guys go, God, I want to be like that. I say that a lot.
What's weird is
he's come up from
the first
expert,
time I've
right?
watched these guys. Last year, I didn't have an opportunity to watch too much of the other leagues and stuff. This is my first year being able to watch all the other divisions. So unlike Uper, who's known these guys for a while, this is all new to me. It's exciting.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Speaking of exciting and new, let's move on to our highest ranking division, which is
pretty
the
much
elite.
know everybody here.
And they get better than that. The players get better than that even. Holy smokes.
This is some crazy stuff here. So let's go through the results. The Huskies taking down the Vipers 3-0. The Colts getting a forfeit win over the Hornets. The Monkeys take down the Rams with a 3-1 score. The Hydras managed to win a very, very close game between them and the Eagles 3-2. Eagles not going to be able to pull off the perfect season this season. Penguins get the forfeit win over the Owls. And the Dragons beating the Unicorns 3-1. Some big scores in there. The first one that I am drawn to is the winners of the Elite League last season, the Eagles. They had a perfect season, not losing a single series, have lost this season to the Hydras. That's a big talking point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
indeed it is.
It's tough coming from a season like that. That's a lot of pressure though coming in too. I mean, you're undefeated. Anybody you're going to go against at that point, they are coming to play. They're not there to mess around. I mean, and I think that's what they're witnessing now. That's my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. We are. I mean, it was an incredible season for CBK and Sky last season, but let's go a little bit around the league. Moifin as well for the Colts. Sorry, that was a forfeit. I thought he'd won 3-0. My fault. I'm reading this as we go. Tater for the Huskies.
I know Tater well.
He was also playing in that playoff game, in that championship game last season. He lost with his teammate Evil, but him and Lottie Lettuce really picking it up this season.
They were at another league together too that I was actually on their team. Those two, my prediction, they're the team to beat this season, hands down. I think they're going to take it all. I've been spanked by them before, but they also coached me quite a bit. So, but those guys, I got the opportunity of actually casting Lottie's game here not last week, but the week prior.
Oh yeah!
Wow, whole new level. I mean, they got Chris with K. I mean, we got a lot of just the names in there. I don't know what's going on with the forfeits. I didn't hear about that. I missed that, but yeah, I mean.
Yeah, there were a lot of forfeits this week. Was it like 3 different ones?
Zekers, I know Zekers. He's a great player. I mean, there's some great players in this league. I mean, wow, like whole new level.
Yeah, across the league, I think we had three forfeits. So that's not a huge amount, but 2 were in elite, which is quite sad to see when you see the names on these teams, right?
Right.
Yeah,
absolutely.
because we get so excited to watch these guys play and find out the game didn't even get to get played.
Yeah, which is a shame, but we it's still an incredibly competitive league, and that is shown by the scores here. I mean, Chris and Drew as well,
oh, yeah,
playing
nice
incredibly well for the Monkeys. They had a bit of a playoff run last season. Maybe they can go pretty deep again. Yupa, do you know these guys?
I know Chris in the
yeah.
case since I've been here. I don't know Drew's Clues. Great name, by the way. That's hilarious.
It's brilliant.
Prosperity. I know of him. Mike is Mike. I know him.
I was gonna say this week it was Prosperity and Chris with a K, or Folly and Chris with a K, right?
Folly, right? It could be, yeah.
Yeah.
Might
Because
be
I
right.
watched that series. That was an excellent series to watch.
Mm.
Chris with a K and Folly. Great players. And that series also was a really close one. I mean, 4-2, 1-2, 3-4, 1-2, all 1-goal games. All the way down the line.
Elite is a very tight league this season, which I'm super excited to see the rest of it. But we have to switch gears, my friends, and we have to go from the review of last week to the predictions for this week. Oh yes, this now gets very, very serious. Okay.
All right.
Here we go. We are gonna start with your beloved Origin League, because of course we are. And we have some very, very interesting games. What is going to happen is I am going to read out the names of the two teams playing, and then I will say a name. So I will say Monkeys versus Huskies, and I will say Yupa, and then you give me whichever team you think is going to win, whether that be the Monkeys or the Huskies.
All right.
I'm gonna say you have to say what you immediately think. Okay,
Yep,
we don't want any thinking time. We want your first instinct. Okay, good for you, Grandpa, as well.
Yeah, are you gonna tell us which of the two players are gonna play? No, because you don't know. So we have to guess.
Yeah, we don't know that right yet.
All right, let's do it.
First impressions, here we go. First game in the Origin League: Monkeys, Huskies, Yupa.
Monkeys,
Huskies, Grandpa.
Monkeys.
I think the Monkeys as well.
Yeah, Monkeys are at a 1-1. They're gonna step it up this week. They got that win last week. It kind of shook things up, and I think they're gonna do it again this week.
The Huskies are going to be hungry for that win, though. So
they are going to be hungry.
It's going to be a great game to watch.
They're going to be hungry against a team that's on point. A team that has good rotations and good comms.
Let's go then. Colts, Coyotes, Yupa.
Coyotes. Oh my God!
Now.
Coyotes. 3-0.
Depressive. A huge Freudian flip here on the FDL Central.
I was looking at the
It'll be Coyotes 3-1 because Yupa's going to have first game jitters.
Yeah, no kidding.
Coyotes 3-1.
3-0.
You heard it here first. Yupa is going to throw this game because it's what he predicted on the podcast. That is the situation that we have.
We got money on this? Oh, go ahead.
No.
Sorry.
No. Goodness, no. We don't have the budget for that. Are you kidding? Seagulls, Unicorns, Yupa.
Well, you know
I'm going to go with the Unicorns. I think they're due.
Unicorns?
Time out. One step back. If the Colts bring out their A team against us, it's going to be a battle.
It's going to be.
Because that's Elite Sniper and his brother. Those Devil Jacob, top player in the league, probably. Yeah. That's gonna be.
It's gonna be a fun game.
Have our hands full on that one. But I think
Squirrel's a great guy anyway. I can't wait to play against him. He's such a class act. I love Squirrel.
Yeah, I like both of them. All right, go on. Move on.
I can't wait to see that game. The Coyotes obviously defending their unbeaten run this season, which will be very interesting to see. No. We'll be continuing their unbeaten run this season. Continuing, not defending.
Continuing.
My fault.
I'm with the Unicorns for the win. I think they're due.
Unicorns for the win, yeah. And Grandpa?
I think the Unicorns are going to step it up this week. They're gonna see what happened in last week's game, and they're gonna step up this week. I think Unicorns are gonna take this one.
I'm gonna go against the both of you. Sorry, I'm gonna go for the Seagulls. I think the Seagulls go 2-1 for the season. I think they've got it in them. I really do.
They do, but they gotta stop making the mistakes. They made so many mistakes that
You're gonna
cost
piss
them the
every
touch.
team off we're going against. They're like, oh, it's been nothing but a demo fest.
Hey, this is the other conference. It's fine.
That's what they
Uh.
get for inviting me. They get a brutal, honest truth.
Yeah, this is the fly conference. It's
I'm gonna
fine.
tell it like it is.
That's
But
funny.
also, looking at Origin League, I mean, I think the Seagulls absolutely can make up for those
They can.
mistakes, right? I think they've got time. I think they've got time to go away and work
They have a
on
good
what they need
captain.
to, and they have a great
they
captain.
got a
They
great
have a good
captain.
captain. I mean, I talked to their captain after the game, and we discussed some of the game and stuff. I think he is going to turn that team around.
No, I agree.
That's my former team. I love the team. I want them to
We
turn
love-
it around. I just don't think they're going to turn it around this week. I think
Okay.
this week the Unicorns is a team that's going to turn it around and not go 0-3.
It's a longer process. Longer
Yeah.
process for the Seagulls. I get that. Dragons, Griffins, Yupa.
Griffins with Senpai
Griffins.
all the way.
Well,
Dragons, Griffins, Grandpa.
I don't know which team the Griffins are going to be putting out there, which lineup, but I mean, Omen, Senpai, they're a solid team, and no matter who goes up, they're gonna be pushing the pressure. They set the pace of the game. You've got to meet their pace, and I don't think the Dragons can meet it. I think the Griffins take this one.
I have to agree with both of you. Friend of the show, Senpai. We've got to go with him. He's a good friend of mine, and I think his team is going to go 3-0 so far this season. I look forward to seeing it. We move on to the Adept League. Some very, very interesting games
These are
coming up.
tough.
Oh yeah, but we are going to continue on our rapid fire quest to find what Yupa and Grandpa really think. So we start. Huskies, Monkeys, Yupa.
Huskies.
Huskies, Monkeys, Grandpa.
Monkeys.
Oh, I think the Monkeys. I think I'm going to go with Grandpa on this one. I think I agree. I think they've just got a little bit too much, but that should be a really good game, right?
It's going to be.
I think so. I think it's gonna be a great game.
You guys will be eating crow on Monday. All right, go ahead. Next one.
Vipers, Coyotes, Yupa.
Mm.
And you know what? Both these first two sets of games are so tough because all these teams are all 1-1.
You cannot abstain. No.
Vipers. God, it's my team too.
Oh, he's gone against his team, Grandpa.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? That's my pain, buddy.
Yikes.
You know, I want to see Coyotes unsung and burn one win it. I really do. I'm gonna say them because I want to put my vibes into their side of things. But they're facing a tough team with Rico. I mean, who they're facing? Rico.
Yeah.
If
it wasn't Rico, I'd be like, oh, Coyotes all the way. But
yeah, Rico's a player. So what do you do? I mean, but I'm going Coyotes. I'm going Coyotes.
All right, good man. Thank you.
You are a good man. I mean, Vipers
I'm
were just about
I'm
able to
loyal
get the
to
win
my
this week.
team. I'm loyal to my team right now. Go Coyotes.
I have to say I've got to go for the Vipers. I'm sorry. I love Rico and Sticks as a team. I think they work really well, and if those two are playing, I think they do beat the Coyotes this week. But you never know. You never know who's going to play, and that's what makes this very, very interesting.
That's the whole wild card.
That's what I love about these leagues. They're so competitive that an A and a B lineup can change everything. And all of a sudden, wait a minute. I don't know if their B lineup is going to beat their A lineup, or vice versa. You know, so that's what's so fun about these leagues.
Well, the last game in the Terra Conference, Rams Gators Yupa.
Gators.
Rams Gators Grandpa.
Gators, I think, are gonna go 3-0.
Yeah, it is the Gators. Unfortunately, I think it's a clean sweep on the panel for that one. It's a 2-0 versus an 0-2. It's going to be difficult to turn that one around for the Rams, but you never know. As we've said, A and B lineups, they make a big difference.
I didn't watch enough of their games to understand where they are and where they're making mistakes as far as the Rams are concerned. But, the Gators are a solid team,
They really are.
They're looking really good. Former teammate of mine, plays great ball. And Kin, it's another one. Good ball handling. Good player.
Absolutely right. Let's go through the flight conference then. The games where someone's O has got to go. It's the Owls taking on the Penguins. Yupa.
Wow, that's a tough one too. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Owls.
Owls to get out the win. Grandpa.
Let me look at this one again here. Owls.
No cheating. This is first one that pops in your head. You heard the rules.
Go
Come on,
quick.
old man.
Whatever. Against.
Gotta go quick.
Oh my God! Yeah, I gotta go
This old man's
Owls.
gotta go potty, so we gotta speed
Owls.
this up.
Grandpa is on the Owls. Yupa, you said Owls as well, right?
That's correct. Yep.
Then I'm gonna go Penguins to just be annoying. And
Wow. You're that
yeah,
guy. Gotcha.
I'm that guy. Come on. Yeah, because if the Penguins win, then I get a point and you guys don't. And
All
we're
right,
obviously
fair
evil
enough.
keeping score because we probably won't. There's loads of games, and I don't have that kind of time.
Right.
Eagles Griffins, Yupa.
Griffins.
Ooh.
Eagles Griffins, Grandpa.
Oh, the game of the week. I think this is gonna be the game of the week here.
Oh, calling it. Okay.
Guys, I'm
Do
right back.
we-
Keep going.
Do we have KJ and Southpaw showing up? Because actually,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, TJ, there's some players over there. So I think this could be a great series. I think it goes all 5 games, and I think the Eagles take it in 5.
Yeah, I kind of wanted you to go Griffins so that I could say the Eagles and not feel bad about it. But I do have to say the Eagles. I love KJ. I love Southpaw. They do great work for us. KJ, great caster at Southpaw. Phenomenal on the graphics. And we really appreciate the work that they do for the league. But not only that, they are phenomenal Rocket League players, right, Grandpa?
They really are. They really are. And like I said earlier, as far as a team, if it's them two playing on the together out that day, you've got to match speed, accuracy, just annoyance. They're going to be up in your face, and they're not going to let up. I mean, they play good on the walls. They play good up in the air. They're a tough team to beat. So yeah,
They are
What a
a
mess.
very, very tough team to beat. We're just fawning over KJ and Southpaw. And so that's all that's happening right now. And the final game. The final game in Flight League is the Seagulls taking on the Unicorns. Grandpa, what are you saying with this one?
Seagulls, Unicorns. Let me look at the players on these teams, so it'll trigger a little bit of memory here in me. Yeah, no clue. No clue.
We gotta pick a team.
No clue. I literally have no clue who's gonna win this one.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Pick a team.
Yeah.
Unicorns.
Unicorns. Yupa.
The same.
It's a clean sweep again. I've just looked at the teams and I think the Unicorns are going to take it as well. I really do.
Yeah.
Seagulls got swept.
I think it's going to be close, though. I think it's going to be close.
Yeah, it's worth mentioning that Seagulls got swept this week. So if momentum has anything to do with it, then the Unicorns might be able to take it because they're riding a 3-2 win this week. But
but the Seagulls got swept by the Griffins. Griffins are a beast of a team. So it's not like just getting swept by anyone. They got swept by some badass.
That is true. And if they can shake that off, then they'll be fine. But
they'll shake it off, but they won't shake it off enough to pull off the win, I don't think.
I don't think so either. Right, okay. Biggest league that we have, the Expert League. We are going to do one-word answers. This is it. This is the one. We're going to go rapid fire.
Okay,
right the way through these 8 games. Whatever comes to you first is the one you're going to go for. Ready?
No banter. Got it.
No banter. We're just going to go for it. Colts, Huskies, you put.
Huskies.
Colts, Huskies, Grandpa.
Colts.
Oh, okay. We'll do it that way. Colts. I'm going to go Colts as well. Rams, Coyotes, you put.
Coyotes all the way.
Coyotes all the way.
Coyotes all the way. Let's go. Come on. 3-0. Hornets, Vipers, you put.
Vipers.
Vipers.
Yeah, it is the Vipers, unfortunately, in that one. I'd like to say it was going to be a game, maybe not. Gators, Monkeys, super.
Gators.
Monkey.
Oh, Gators, Monkeys. I'm going Gators. Griffins, Unicorns, super.
Griffins.
Griffins
as well
are a
for
strong,
me.
solid squad all the way through.
They really are. Yeah, they've got some really good teams for sure. Hydras, Dragons, super.
Dragons.
Grandpa.
Long series. Hydras take it.
I'm going Dragons. I have faith in Pro and Iberia. Oh no, that's not them. That's That's Hawkish's
Yep.
team, right? The Expert League.
Have faith in that player who's not even on the team. I'm just kidding.
My bad. I have faith in Hawkish. Hawkish can pull that one out. Dragons, let's go.
Hawkish is a player. I do like
Yeah.
Hawkish a lot. He's a fun player to watch. Yep.
Absolutely. Seagulls, Owls, Eva.
Seagulls. Or owls. Sorry. I panicked.
You did panic.
Really?
Big time, Grandpa.
Old man reflexes.
Wow, the panic. The panic might have thrown it the Seagulls' way, but I know I'm going Owls.
I'm going Owls as well. I think they extend their unbeaten run. And Penguins, Eagles, Eva.
Eagles.
Eagles
as well. Yeah.
Eagles, just like the Griffins, have a solid squad up and down through all the leagues.
They really do. They always seem to put out, and
both those teams know how to draft. They must have people who people like to play with.
And I mean, Inori as well is on that team, which means it's an automatic prediction win for me. Okay, we managed to make it through the Expert League. Let's move on to the Star League. A little bit more conversation, but some really interesting games in this one as well. Gators, Vipers, Super.
I don't remember which team is forfeited.
None in Star League, actually. There've been no forfeits in Star League.
No forfeits in Star.
Oh, God. Oh, that's just elite, wasn't it? Vipers. I have no idea.
Okay.
They're
Gators,
both
Vipers,
good.
Grandpa.
They're both good.
I think the Vipers are going to pull this one off as well.
It's going to be
you
close,
know what?
though. It's going to be close.
I don't know. They got their butts handed to them last week. They're going to come out mad.
That means they're due.
Yeah, no, I think they'll come out mad. I think I'll go Vipers.
Yep, that's what I think.
I'm going to be contrary. I'm going to go with the Gators. I have faith in Stoobs. I think he had a great season last season, and if he can find that
great
form
player
again,
too. Yep, great player too.
I think he's looking really good. Okay, the two undefeated teams in Terra Conference: Rams versus Colts. Colts, Grandpa.
This is tough, isn't it?
He's thinking.
No. Alpha Dog, those guys. That's the team we're talking about right now.
We're talking about the Rams and the Colts. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Oh, Rams. And
Yeah.
the Colts. Excuse me. I heard Hydras in the Colts. All right.
No.
Rams and the Colts. Yeah. I'll go Colts. Wait. Oh gosh. No.
Oh.
Too late.
He has said Colts. We have to take a first answer.
No, there we go. First answer.
J-Dubs and Water is the team that stepped it up after getting a little slapped around a little bit, and they came back to crush, not just beat, but crush the other team. I think they're going to keep that solid teamwork, and I'm going Rams.
It's a shame
just Rams.
It's a shame you already predicted the Colts. That sucks.
Damn, that sucks.
It's all right.
I'm going to go with the Rams for the reason that Grandpa just said. Hydras, Dragons.
That's the game I was thinking of.
Hydras.
Because,
Hydras, I think.
Yeah, the Alpha and Shade, I mean, those guys are playing good right now. Yeah, they're solid. Who's their third man? I don't even know who their third man is.
On the Hydras?
Yeah.
Sifri.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's my vote. Go Hydras.
That's a crazy good team, and I'm going for the Hydras as well.
I agree.
And the only game where it's 1-1 versus 1-1 is the Penguins versus the Owls. Upa.
Penguins.
Grandpa.
That Penguins, that's Doomster, Dr. Cereal, and those guys against the Owls, huh?
Yeah.
You see who's on the Owls really quick? Star Owls.
Laggy Puppy, Magic, Cruising Kid.
Cruising Kid. I also am gonna go against those guys. I'm gonna go with Uper on that one.
Okay, I'm actually gonna go for the Owls. I think Cruising Kid has a big upside. I think he's looking really good. And
never watched him play. That's my dilemma in that one. I've never watched the Owls play.
Yeah.
So I have to go with the only team that I have watched and see that they got some skills. So I'm gonna go with them.
Doomster's a great player, but I think Laggy Puppy and Cruising Kid, I think that's the team in the Owls, and if they come out swinging, then I think they've really got a chance. of going 2-1 for the season. Finally, we focus on the big one, the Elite League. We start. What's that?
The big boys.
The big boys, indeed. The Rams taking on the Hornets, both 0-2. Yupa.
Rams. Hornets didn't show up last week, so.
True.
I don't know.
You say Rams as well.
It's hard, isn't it?
Prosperity and Rocket, these guys are good. Good. I don't.
Yeah.
I have to think they're going to step it up this week. I'm going to go with the Rams.
Yeah, it's a concern for me if the Hornets show up. Because if the Hornets show up, that looks like a scary team in Ricky and Lazarus. So you know what? I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for the Hornets. I'm going to go for them.
You think they're going to show up?
I think they will. I think this is the week 3. It's about time. They came on in and got involved. I think they take this one. I hope I don't see forfeit in that column next week. Vipers Colts, Yupa.
Vipers Colts. I'm gonna say Colts.
Grandpa.
Yeah, I think I'm going Colts on that one there too.
Yeah, Vipers did get 3-0 this week, and it wasn't a forfeit, which is tough. That's a tough one to come back from.
I know that's tough because we have forfeits in this league, so we don't really know how they performed or how they would have performed. I just know Moifin's a badass.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm seeing Moifin's name and Milio and Source.
Just that name alone in there is a name I recognize as being equivalent as being wow.
Yeah, I agree. I'm saying the Colts take it as well. I think they increase their unbeaten streak. Monkeys, Huskies, Yupa.
Huskies 3-0.
Grandpa.
3-0?
I can't believe you're even thinking about it. You know, Tater and freaking
3-0 is crazy.
Yeah, but
those guys are superstars. I'm telling you, it's going to be 3-0. We'll have this conversation later.
All right, we'll have to have this. I haven't watched him enough, but Crystal the K is badass.
He is. He is.
He is really good, but yeah, I'm going no. I'm going with Crystal the K.
Good for you.
He's going to hold his team together on this one, and I'm going with them.
Good for you, Grandpa. But I think you're completely wrong, and I'm going to go for the.
I'm going with the underdog.
Shots fired.
I think I don't know. It's just Tater. I saw him in
He's
a few
amazing.
games last season. That man can play some serious Rocket League, and he seems to be with a teammate that he has gelled really well with. So I can't go against it. I'm sorry, Chris, if you're watching. I appreciate you. Penguins, Unicorns.
Penguins.
Grandpa. Penguins,
Boy, I wish I knew more about these leagues. Penguins won because of a forfeit last week.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, which
did not step up when it came up to Kyle and Luxury. I saw that part of that game. I am gonna have to go with Penguins. If they show up to play, I'm probably gonna take it.
Well, yeah, they were there last week. They just won by forfeit. The Owls didn't show up, but the Penguins. I agree. I think the Penguins have got too much for the Unicorns. I think the Unicorns are in a tough spot right now, and they're going to need something special to beat the Penguins this week. Penultimate game: Owls, Eagles. Yupa.
Eagles. I don't know if the Owls are going to show up.
Yeah.
Is it that simple? Eagles.
Well, yeah.
If they show up, I've never seen the Owls play, so I have no idea.
Yeah. How do we know against a team that doesn't come to play?
Very true, but what we do know is CBK and Sky are an incredible team.
Yes.
And I would back them against any team in this league, and not be too worried.
Tater? You seem pretty confident with Tater.
I was absolutely, but to me, it's so tough. But I mean, obviously the Eagles dropped the game against the Hydras this week, but that doesn't stop me from thinking that they are an incredible team, and they weren't champions here.
They're amazing.
They weren't champions here last season for nothing, so I'm
No.
backing them in this one.
Yeah, I am too.
And the final game in Elite, probably the biggest game of the week. Someone's O has got to go in the Dragons Hydras game. They both go into this 2-0 for the season. Yupa, where's your money here?
Hydras.
Hydras straight up, Grandpa. Is it that simple for you?
Really? No, nothing's that simple for me.
It's true. It's true.
I mean,
If I have learned anything.
Kyle played a really good game last week. Played solid, and so did Luxury. I mean, they won 3-1 against a team that was there to play. I don't think it's that easy, but then again, Hydras are pretty badass. So
Yeah,
I think the Hydras take it in 4-5 games. It's not going to be a sweep, that's for sure.
no, I think this one. Yeah, I don't think this one goes 3-0. I think Hydras have just got too much based on the caliber of opponent that they've beaten so far this season. I think this is probably the biggest test for Kyle and Luxury, and if they can get a result, then that's crazy, and that's a big statement. But I think the money right now is with the Hydras, for that game to extend their unbeaten streak. Gentlemen, we have made it to the end of another FDL Central.
We did
it. We did it. Only 20 minutes later than advertised, but we got there. Is there anything either of you would like to say before I sign off? I'll give you the floor first.
I just want to say thanks for everybody that came out today. I mean, I appreciate the invite to go do this. That was quite an honor. I've had a great time tonight. A lot of laughs. I didn't quite do my homework like the old man did, but it's neat looking at it from this side of the fence versus just being a person in general chat talking about other teams. So this is a whole new aspect for it. I really appreciate the invite, Rhino. Thank you very much.
It has been absolutely lovely to have you on. Grandpa, anything you would like to say before we shut it down?
I just want to say thank you to the entire FDL staff. I mean, all of you guys, from you, Rhino, and running these podcasts and the commentaries and the analysis and stuff, all the way through to Southpaw and the guys who do the behind the scenes work that everyone doesn't see. You guys, this is a very, very fun league. I'm very blessed to be in it, and I appreciate the fact that you guys let old men like us play with you kids. Sorry we have to beat you once in a while, but just the fact that you let us come in here to
keeps you honest.
It's kind of cool, and I appreciate it. I know Yupa appreciates it, and we truly enjoy our time here. This has become like a family to us. So
absolutely,
we may be the elders, but boy, we have a lot to learn.
Yeah.
Amen, brother. Preaching to the choir.
Absolutely wonderful sentiments from both of you.
Thank you for having us today. It was a pleasure.
Honestly, it's been lovely. I hope you have a great rest of your birthday, Grandpa. I hope you have a good time.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, very, very happy birthday to you. And
212.
212. Pushing 213 next year. Let's go.
Yeah.
We'll have you back. But
will do.
With that said, thank you so much to the FDL community once again for joining us on another FDL Central. This one ran a little bit over. I'm sure you can understand why. We had some absolutely incredible guests. I hope you will join us again next week, where hopefully I won't be on really crappy hotel internet and I can actually present properly. But for now, it is thank you so much to Inebriated Yupa and Grandpa for joining me. It's a huge thank you to Robot, our streamer for today. That man worked really hard on this episode. Please show him some love. Absolute hero. And we will be back next week for another installment of FDL Central. Until then, keep playing Rocket League. Enjoy the league. We will see you soon. Signing out.